welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, I thought that was a ghost. My heart literally just dropped. I saw the reflection of that. Okay, let's focus. As you can tell, I am in another new location. I am back in the UK with my amazing boyfriend. He's actually out at the store right now, so he's gonna be back any minute. But I'm in our office, so it's a little bit messy. Since we last spoke, I flew over to the UK. I'm in a long distance relationship, for those of you who don't know. For those who do know, you're used to me saying that, but anyways, hi if you're new here. Today's video is all about a question that I get asked a lot. And that question is, how do you learn to trust your long distance partner? Because like I just said, I'm in a long distance relationship and I have been since 2015. I started dating Sam when I was 18 years old. I live in New York, he lives in England, so yeah. It's a very far distance. He's actually my first like real boyfriend. I've obviously had those like middle school relationships where it's like, oh my gosh, we're dating, like cool. And then like the next day it's like, sorry, I moved on. Like stupid like stuff that doesn't really count. He's my first like real boyfriend. Oh my God, he's coming.
Hi, babe.
Hi, honey.
I got you something.
You got me something.
Yep.
Oh! You got me the mug?
Yeah. What's up, guys?
Come here. Honey bunny. Look at this. Thank you so much, my gorgeous.
So good, baby girl.
Kissy.
Hi, guys. I'm Monica's boyfriend, Sam. This is our hoodie. Go buy one. I want to hang out with you, and you can record. I can join in the combo. We can chill out.
Don't fart. Oh my God. Don't. If you do, you're out of here. I don't know where I was. I'll just do a quick recap. I've been in a long distance relationship with this cutie since 2015. I was 18, never been in a real relationship. This was my first real relationship. Okay, we're caught up. And of course, him being my first boyfriend, I had no idea what to expect. Like when you're in a new relationship, it's kind of scary. I don't know about you, but it's like a little bit scary, especially when like you started so late.
Yeah,
all my friends
doubt.
had boyfriends and all of that, and I was like,
And the fact that I'd had girlfriends before Monica and stuff, so I guess in a way, did that kind of affect your confidence, because everything you were experiencing for the first time I'd already been through?
no, it didn't really like affect my confidence. The thing that did affect my confidence actually was you're like before we started dating, you're like, yeah, I've only dated models. I was like, he's never gonna date me.
You're the best girlfriend I've ever had.
Thank you.
You always will be, because, well, no, you won't actually. You'll be the best wife I ever have.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry in my own video right now. Yeah, so when we first started dating, first of all, I didn't know that we were gonna start dating, because if you guys know the whole story of how he asked me out and stuff, if you don't, I wrote a blog about it, so I'll put that down below.
Yeah, plug that blog, baby.
Yes, I have a long distance relationships blog, by the way, so if you are new here, then make sure to check it out, because I have a whole bunch of questions that you guys asked me. But anyway, yeah, so I didn't even expect to be in a relationship with him. When I went home back to New York, I wasn't really like nervous or anything, but like at the same time, it's kind of like, what if like, because obviously the first time after leaving each other, I was like, what if we never see each other again? Like, what if he just said that, just to like say that? Like, I didn't know if you were gonna come visit me in New York. Like, he said he would.
I didn't know if you'd come back to UK again,
Yeah.
on the other hand.
I didn't know if I was gonna come back to UK. I was like, we were so young.
Yeah. I feel like there's kind of a common thought that all guys are the same. And like, if you date a guy that messes you around, a lot of girls are on guard for the next boyfriend, and rightly so, because they've had their heart broken and been messed around and stuff, so they don't want to make the same mistake twice. But you got to realize that not every guy is the same.
But within the first year, I did not trust him at all. And he was going on tour and stuff with his friends, and his friends back then didn't have a good history of relationships, and I just feel like you're a lot like the people you hang out with. So I thought if he was hanging out with people who are cheating, then that was going to influence him to cheat.
And you had like negativity whispered in your ear and
I'll get to that.
Like that.
So yeah, that also made me not trust him a lot, because it's like, it's scary. Like a lot of girls hate when their guys like go out with the boys kind of thing. Like now it doesn't bother me, because like who he surrounds himself with now, like I really like and appreciate. But back then it was people who, you know, you just don't get, like if we don't get along, it's just iffy waters kind of thing. There was one time in particular that we're going to talk about.
I know. I shouldn't have chatted up your mum like that.
I can't. Listen. We were out. Well, no, I was in New York. He was in England on this like little tour thing. I saw someone post a picture of him with this like big thing on his neck, and I was like looking at it like,
It was like a social media tour, and yeah, one of our followers posted a picture of me. I was like playing guitar or something, wasn't I?
Yeah, and it was
and
like...
I had this big like thing on my neck.
Probably an hour later or so, one of my friends messaged me the picture. And she's like, what is that? And I was like, I have no idea. And she's like, well, I think you should talk to him about that. I was like, why? She's like, because I'm pretty sure that's a hickey.
No. She wasn't like, I'm pretty sure that's a hickey. Basically, this girl was the most inexperienced girl with guys ever. She'd probably never even seen a hickey in real life. She was like, girl, that's a hickey. 100%. No doubt about it. That's a hickey.
She texted, I guess maybe she texted to her friend or something. And then she's like, hey, I just want to let you know, I spoke to my friend and she also agreed that is 100% a hickey. There's no other thing that could possibly be than a hickey. At this point, I don't know if I was crying. I don't know what was going on.
You were. I remember this. I remember this perfectly because I was hanging out in the hotel room after the show with a bunch of my friends, and you called me crying your eyes out. I was like, oh babe, what's wrong? You're like, you got a hickey on your neck. I was like, no, I don't.
I was like, what is on your neck?
I was a spotty teenager at that time. Okay, I had like pimples. I had bad pimples, didn't I?
Yeah.
And it was a pimple on my neck, I swear down. Monica would not believe me because she had all these friends in her ear going, no, that's a hickey, that's a hickey. I literally, in front of all my friends, had to squeeze this spot to her on FaceTime to prove it was a spot.
Yeah, it was just a really inflamed, it was huge.
A spot.
I don't know how it made it so big. It was so big.
I proved to her it wasn't a hickey, and then she was like, oh wait, yeah, that's a pimple. I was like, you think?
Anyways, that's like an example of definitely when I didn't trust him. Now we're over 3.5 years, almost 4 years.
Almost
oh my
4
god,
years.
it's almost 4 years.
Yeah.
Now it's like when I'm in America, if he wants to go out with his friends, I'm like, have fun.
Yeah,
Let me know how it
she's
goes.
told me just keep the hickeys to a minimum, like once a week.
I can't have you in these videos. Like now there's like no problem. If he's out with his friends, like if his friends are here and they're like all hanging out, like I'm not gonna keep texting like, what are you doing? Or like stalking each of their stories and like watching every little thing and like stuff like that.
Exactly.
Like you just need to learn to trust them. So
I think it makes your life easier as well as a girlfriend with the fact that I'm so naturally easygoing.
Yeah.
Like on the first time we went on a night out in the UK, this guy tried picking up Monica. Monica was like, no, I've got a boyfriend. My boyfriend Sam's here. I went, no, you go, girl.
He was so sweet letting me
I wanted to see her reject a guy. It was hot.
Oh my god, Sam!
What? In some way, like you actually kind of get annoyed at how trustworthy I am because I'm not
like a little bit of protectiveness.
I'm not overprotective at all.
One thing that I always remind myself, and I think this is what really helped me learn to trust and what can help you trust your boyfriend or girlfriend, is you need to just sit there and like think, if this person is willing to fly to see you or drive hours and hours, however long your distance is, why would they be doing that if they had somebody else where they wouldn't have to spend all this money on someone?
The proof is where the money is, isn't it? If you're spending, especially if you're a couple of kids, you don't have much money, you're spending a bunch of money to fly out and see each other and get hotels and all that kind of stuff. There's clearly something real there, isn't there? Mm-hmm. Just, you got to think about that.
If they're not willing to go fly out to you and like it's been years and they're like, oh, I still love you, but like I've been so busy, or they can't make time to talk for like an hour a day or whatever, half an hour even, then there's like
5
something,
minutes.
Yeah, then there's something like a little bit iffy. But if you're in a long distance relationship like us where you're going back and forth all the time, you need to realize that they're not going to do that if they have somebody else there. That would be a very rare case, I think, if you were cheating.
It'd be a very
this whole
dumb
time.
case.
Yeah.
I mean, I have been, but
I can't not. So that's my biggest piece of advice, is just to like tell yourself and remind yourself like, okay, he's flying out to see me, she's flying out to see me, she really cares about me. If she had somebody, she wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
That's one thing of advice.
Like literally, it's got to the point where I trust Monica so much now that even if one of my friends came up to me and was like, yo, I saw Monica making out with a dude in the bar, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Like I wouldn't.
You saw that. I'm gonna zoom in on you.
What, I mean, just go.
That's what I do for cats. Another way to learn to trust your partner is, like I mentioned before, is communication. Communication is literally key. If you guys aren't communicating with others, then there's literally no relationship there. Yeah. So we've talked every single day since late July. I don't know the exact.
Since July 2015, we have spoken every single day.
Even if it's for 3 minutes, if it's for 3 hours, every single day we have talked. And that is something I think really, really helped us. But something is, you don't want to like overdo it. You don't want to talk too much, because then
we did that at the start of the relationship, didn't we? Be very, very, very open with each other, because if you bottle things in, it's gonna lead to resentment. You're gonna bottle it up. It's gonna build and build and build until you explode and you have a massive, massive argument.
Yeah. Something I would say is like also a really big thing is, like he said, you have to be really open. And if something bothers you, like for example, I used to not like when he went out, so that bothered me a lot. So I would tell him, I'd be like, listen, it makes me a little bit uneasy and a little bit uncomfortable when if you hung out with like a specific person. I would say like, it makes me a little bit uncomfortable when you're hanging out with this person. Obviously I'm not going to say never speak to that person again or something, but if something makes you uncomfortable, you need to tell your partner, because if they're going to keep doing it, you're going to kind of resent your partner, even though your partner has no idea that you're even upset about it.
Yeah. If you don't trust your partner, there's got to be a reason for it. You can't just not trust them just because they're a guy or because they're a girl. When they go out clubbing, for example, hang out with friends or something, never, ever, ever use the excuse, oh, it's not you I don't trust, it's the people you're hanging out with, or it's not you I don't trust, it's that there's girls in the clubs that are needy and they want you and stuff. No. Cheating is a two-way thing, you idiots. If you truly don't trust your partner, talk to them about it, work it out, come up with a solution. That's the best way to go about it, and to stop resentment, and stop this thing building up into something when it's potentially, well, most likely nothing.
Like if your boyfriend is still talking to an ex as a friend or something, and they're hanging out, and that really makes you uncomfortable, you need to talk to your boyfriend about it. Don't wait till he's out with the girlfriend, the ex-girlfriend, to be like, hey, you're making me uncomfortable, I don't trust you with her. You have to talk about this before. But
this is a two-way street, because number one, even if your boyfriend is hanging out with his ex-girlfriend, in this example, like I said, cheating's a two-way thing, so it's not that you don't trust her, it's that you don't trust him. But, on the other hand, you can see why it makes girlfriends uncomfortable that their boyfriend is hanging out with an ex. It's up to the boyfriend to let the girlfriend know what's going on at all times, and to be like, hey, are you okay with me hanging out with this ex-girlfriend? Or, hey, I'm gonna hang out with this ex-girlfriend today. If you feel uncomfortable at any point, just let me know and I'll leave.
If your partner really loves you, they'll really take into consideration your feelings. My biggest tips, just going back, is communication. You're not going to be able to trust each other if you're not talking. If you're just looking at his story all day or whatever, not speaking to him, you're going to be wondering what's going on, which is going to make you go crazy, overthink. So communication. Number two is remind yourself that you're in a long distance relationship for a reason.
If you don't trust your partner, don't blame it on who he's hanging out with or who she's hanging out with or whatever. You need to confront them about it and then work through it together. That's
just a few of our tips. Let us know if you have any tips about how you trust your long distance partner, or anything that you and your partner have gone through that has made you trust each other and stuff like that. We'd love to hear it.
Subscribe to Monica, subscribe to me, subscribe to Sam and Monica. And I took off the hoodie because it's actually like 75 degrees in the UK today, which is insane. So it's kind of hot, but yeah, get the hoodie if you haven't yet.
So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video, and we'll see you on the Sam and Monica channel tomorrow.
Yay!
Wednesday and Saturday.
Peace.
Love you guys.